Hi, everybody, and welcome to my podcast. I'm your host, Josh Weber. And as I sit here in the parking lot of the grocery store where I used to buy beer all the time and other alcohol, I can't help but think about the times when I used to drink and try to wash away my problems. A lot of times I would try to meditate or try to think about good things and ruminate on good things that were happening, but it was hard to do that as a drinker. A lot of times I would just sit there and stew about things that might happen on just a day-to-day basis. I might have an argument with my wife or my daughters or anything that might go wrong. I would just sit and I would think about it, and it was hard to get those out of my mind. So as hard as I tried to meditate or take a walk and think about good things, go to therapy and discuss things, no matter what I did, it just seemed like the bad stuff was creeping in. And that just prolonged my suffering to the point where it was like, I have to do something about this. So once I was able to recognize that I wanted to change that aspect of my life because it was making me angry and it was causing me to lash out at my loved ones, I kind of started to realize that, I'm going to have to do something about my drinking. And I kind of sat in that for 3 years where I liked alcohol. I was still seeing some benefit from it, like it just a temporary relief or a relief for hours even. But it was the next day that I was irritable again, and it was like I might not drink so much that I'm sick, but it was just like a headache and a nausea or any number of things. But the irritability was one thing that really never got better as I continued on with my drinking. So once I was able to kind of wrap my mind around the fact that it was really going to take me not drinking to improve everything else, I really wasn't able to get over that hurdle. But I'm so far along in my sobriety now at 4 years and a little more, that when I sit and I meditate or I just sit and I do nothing and just try to decompress, good thoughts come into my mind. I don't sit and think about any of the bad stuff anymore. So it's a lot easier to grow once you get into that mindset. And so that's really where the true growth comes in. I feel like it's realizing that there is a problem, coming to terms with that and being honest with yourself. For me, it was, I got down on my knees and I begged God to take away my pain and my suffering, and I was just in tears because of just the torment that I was giving myself, really. Everything I put kind of out in the world kind of came back at me, and it was just I could see that as a reflection of how I felt. And so I might have good days, but the bad days kind of outweighed the good days, especially towards the end of my drinking career. I like to call it career because it was 27 years and it was different all the time. It was either every couple days or every day sometimes, or just depend on what I was going through at the moment. But there were times when I might drink more, and then there was times when I might drink less. But certainly if I had things that were good going on in my life, it really didn't shine a light on the problem that was really occurring in my life with the drinking. So but yeah, once I surrendered completely to the notion that this was going to be about something bigger than myself, and I was going to have to start living a life that was not about me anymore, because addiction to me was a about the most selfish thing you can do. um, and so being stuck in that and just being like I was number one, and then getting over that hurdle, and getting sober by the grace of God, that prayer was answered, and it was answered not that much longer after I got down and begged. I mean, I think it was probably a couple weeks after I did that I ended my relationship with alcohol. Like it was done. It was over. I didn't want to just necessarily be done completely, but at the same time, once I had a week and 2 weeks and a month, I was like, I really don't feel like I want to drink anymore. Like I feel better not even thinking about it. There's not these, as Annie Grace in This Naked Mind book puts it, in the community that I'm still part of, um, mental gymnastics. It's like, should I have one or two tonight? How many calories is that? How much should I have? Is it going to be too much? Am I going to feel hungover tomorrow? Is it going to be, am I going to, what kind am I going to drink, and how much of it, and all that? It's just one thing after another. And if you just, I just found eliminating it, it's just like, I don't even think about it. It's not really something that I even ponder anymore. So slowly over the years, I've been able to fill in those gaps with good things. And when I have downtime, I can think about and ruminate on those good things, and then get back to my life, and make new things, good things happen, and so on. And so it's like a cycle. So it's like, as a drinker, I had these bad cycles, and as a non-drinker, I have all these good cycles. And so that's just where I am today. That's what I got for you. And I hope you enjoyed this. And I urge you to subscribe and come on over and tune in. And I hope to talk to you soon. So have a great day. Take care.